I thought it was pretty good. We began our ghost adventure.
A lot of ghosts so far.
Yeah, well, not a lot of ghosts. Well,
Yeah.
The initial ghosts, the more snakes than ghosts this past time, for sure. What we started investigating the buildings on this island that we're on. We found like what appears to be probably all the people that were living here, dead and wrapped in a net, held as like probably bait for either the lobster monsters that we had to fight, or maybe for undead to come get them. We don't really know. I know Noel did some speak with dead to try to figure out like kind of what was going on. There's something about like a curse is going on, but that's for the other people to figure out. There was we found a whole bunch of rats. Yop did a great job of finding. A lot of people have found like cool stuff in their investigations, little trinkets and tidbits all over the place here. Our investigations brought us further up to the main tower, where at the top of it was where that those demon deer bird things were roosting, and Zashel convinced some snakes not to eat us. Lauren convinced the rats not to eat us. So some pretty incredible animal handling going on.
Then we convinced the snakes to eat the rats.
Right. So one problem solving. We just have to find a bigger animal to eat the snakes, and this children's story will continue.
Children's story or Simpsons episode, you decide.
Right. Krellick found a bag to hold rope, which is pretty cool. And I think we're about to go finish our investigations of there's like I think it might be like a bridge to another place or just an entryway to another room. But the other areas we're trying to finish our investigations. It's also getting it's like dusk, almost nighttime as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about to get spooky. Did anybody write down the curse stuff?
The curse stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't like a guy like died and it's like he cursed everyone here. That's like the whole reason why there's some pit of despair we have to go take care of.
Interesting. I don't know.
That's for smarter people.
His name is, it starts with a K, and it's in...
It does not start with a K.
Okay.
Well, hopefully the person that spoke with Dead wrote it down.
We need to close the pit of hatred.
I remember Seargle. I don't know why I thought K. Was on the Tamarot, which was dragged to the pit of hatred by a storm. Well, the pit of hatred already existed. We found a journal that had a little bit of writing, in addition to finding some other stuff that talked about a war galley loaded with pirates approaches from the southwest. Flies the flag. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Of the raiders, and bears the name of the curse ship Tamarot. All right.
Just keep going. No.
As steady as she goes. Steady as she goes.
Max, I need you to restart Craig and lose that link.
Mood boost.
Oh God, please do not.
No, you can't do that in a moose boosh.
No,
That's not cricket.
Cancelled.
Oh no! All right, continue. You're okay.
Okay. No, come in.
It's okay. It was such a slip of the... Do you want me to actually restart?
No. I'm just...
Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I am actually recovering from a concussion this week, so just give me a little.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, after session Monday, I went into shock because I did have heat stroke, and like I got up Tuesday morning, and I passed out, and I literally face planted in the
Oh
back floor.
shit.
What the fuck, Ted?
The fuck, Ted?
Hey,
I
Ted.
didn't say anything because it's
What the
fine.
fuck?
I'm fine. I
Ted,
talked
what
to
the
a
fuck?
doctor. Everything's fine.
Were
Hey,
you
Ted,
unconscious?
What the fuck?
I was unconscious for about 30 seconds. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, it could be
Okay,
worse.
we really don't need this in Giark, but like, I'm choking on a cookie. Just we're good.
Unrelated.
Fine.
Unrelated. Choking
Okay.
on a cookie.
Listen,
Unrelated to the other stuff.
I'll pick up
Ted
where
can't swallow
Ted
anymore.
left off. So yeah, so it flies the Nazi. Oh god damn it!
Wait, what did I miss?
I love the idea of starting a spoosh with something like, hold on, what was that you were saying about the Jews?
So,
Oh, fuck. Oh god.
Okay.
We're gonna deal with some zombie slash intruders. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a church that is what remains of Undersea Chasm, not church. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Little bit south of Firewatch Isle, which is where this abbey is. There's a pit of hatred underwater. We gotta like drop a Jaeger down the middle and blow it up.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the only two
Checks
things
out.
that seem like they might be relevant that haven't been brought up are while Seargal was still alive, apparently he took down several Acquisitions Incorporated ships. So there may be an AI bounty that we can collect on. And the Scriveners have no record of his soul passing on.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted. This is very stupid, but do you want to take a second inspiration for a fun little Pacific Rim reference for me?
That's pretty good.
Because I am out of inspiration. And we've seen how my rolls have started off tonight, so
Oh my god. Y'all, Ted was rolling a character for me. He rolled a 3 as one of the stats.
Nice.
Wow.
it took me four tries to get a legal playable set of stats. 4 tries.
Yeah, it was amazing.
My 4th try is basically point buy.
Yeah.
Y'all don't count on me to talk to anything tonight. It's not.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes, so what's happening? You've investigated part of the upstairs, and then heard something downstairs.
Oh yeah, there's like something going on downstairs.
We heard things falling and clattering across the ground, I believe was the phrase. Only because I just listened to it.
And if we look over the banister down below, is anything different about the scene?
Not that you can see.
All right, Vic, you're already half down the stairs. Let us know what it is.
wait, what?
Thank you.
If it is undead, then shout loudly.
Wait, what? Do I see anything right now?
You go downstairs?
Oh wait, I was going down this downstairs. Is it another downstairs?
I love that we're all like.
Hold on,
looking
I'm
over
on
the
a different
banister
map.
at you.
you can get to that point, and you see like the kitchen door over here. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Goddamn. You see like the kitchen door over here, and the rat room door over here, but you don't see anything.
No, all fine. Everyone else can come down now.
Yop and
Why
Betty will
don't
head
you
down the stairs.
come up, because the rest of what we need to explore is up here, isn't it?
Ah, well, why'd you send me downstairs?
Well, well, you get eaten first.
Hello?
Hello?
I look around.
You sound very dead.
Vicaris, this is coming from the kitchen.
Oh, I'll go back downstairs then. Why? Are you a ghost? If you are, you have to tell me.
Are you a ghost?
Not that I know of. What do I really know, though?
You sort of peer
You
through
are
the
not.
door.
I guess he would know.
Is there a ghost with you?
No. I mean,
You,
one not a ghost, and the rest aren't ghosts.
you sort of peer through the kitchen doorway. You see a woman with pale hair and hello, and tattered, filthy gray robes. She's got a couple of potatoes in one hand and a kitchen knife in the other. And she says, "What are you doing here? How did you get here?"
Well, and then we're here investigating why there's nobody else around. Would you happen to know why?
Yes, the dead came out of the water and took almost everyone.
Did they go back in the water?
I don't know. We hid.
Well, that makes sense. And your first instinct after coming out is to cut potatoes?
Well, it's been a few days. We're hungry. She lifts them, but she's kind of wielding the knife like somewhat defensively.
Oh, when you say we, how many are we?
Just myself and Morley and Barrett.
Yeah, with her, holding the knife defensively, Vicaris will have his arms up very, non-offensively.
Right. After a moment, she'll lower it. She still holds it, though.
Well, we're adventurers. Some call us heroes. So if you need help, we are more than happy. We're already here on a contract, so I believe whatever you have might fall under that.
Oh, please, they're very sick. They need help.
Oh, good timing. And I'll look up to our clerics. They've got sick down here. Is that Kobe?
Why don't we all? We were all going to rest in there, right? Just take a breather.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we all go in? We can see what we can do for them, and we can go over the rest of this place after we've had a chance to debrief them a little bit. So is that okay with them? You should clear that before we come down. We are potentially startling.
I leap over the banister, the land below.
Ignore that loud crash. He's actually really nice. So we are a party of a couple people who are looking to help, specifically with your sick and injured. Is it all right if we all come in?
She kind of looks at all of you, or like those who she can kind of see through the door frame, hesitantly, but nods. And then she leads you on. Back to first floor. And let me open that door. Oh. There you are.
Oh, you're not using hellish.
Morley and Barrett are very ill. I don't think they'd be able to climb the ladder. If you have any healers, you'll have to come down.
Can I insight check that? She's not lying to us, right? This isn't a trap, right?
Roll investigation check.
One moment. My sheet's still not loading.
Oh god. If she's a liar, she's a pretty good liar.
It's probably true.
Yeah, probably. Investigation. Yep, she's wonderful. I believe her. Everything she said sounds right.
She begins walking back into the pantry.
Yeah, Noel just shrugs and follows, turns to look back and says, well, and then just keeps walking.
We should all go.
Yep.
I thought you checked this place.
Or did?
You see her crouched next to the fireplace and reaching into the back and putting her fingers to a back panel, prying it free, revealing a hidden tunnel that goes down and a ladder. She begins to climb down.
I knew it. I was in there thinking there'd be a secret passage, but it was a little too secret for me. But look, I found it.
I will follow the trap into the trap.
It's fine.
Can I
If the
fit?
person's name is Morley, there's no chance that this is a trap.
For sure.
Kralik, it might be a desperate squeeze for you.
It's probably pretty tight for me. Like
Yeah.
hands and knees.
Yeah, but you are also made of, like,
Yeah.
flesh.
I am pliable somewhat.
Is it like a long... Actually, you know what? Slip on the mouse ring, turn into a mouse, and then just mouse my way down the ladder.
All right. Does anyone want to request that they stay up? Okay.
That depends. Can Betty get down the ladder?
Mechanically, yes.
Okay.
Imagination, we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one to the audience.
Betty's got a spectacular sense of balance.
They're going to be talking about that one on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My little friend, I need you to stay here and watch our backs.
Yes.
It's a pleasure
Right down
to see
there.
you.
If anything
always
happens,
love it.
I can pull you down to us. Just we'll be in range for you to tell me there's danger, and I will summon you immediately. Okay? Okay.
Little snake wiggle as he settles into a coil. And all of you. Whoop. Doug vanished on us. Okay, and all of you crawl down a ladder into a very dank, stinking cellar.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Weird.
To say.
A stinking cellar. It kind of reeks of infection. And there are two individuals who are huddled up, sweating and shivering on the floor in remains of fabric. A couple of them, they both have like gashes and wounds on them. Yeah.
You want me to, like, give him mercy?
No, you should
Alex.
stay on the other side of the room.
Forgive my companion, please. We are the Lighthouse franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated. Mr. Vicaris. I am Zashel. This is Yop. Krellick, Lucky, Lauren, Noel. That's Betty. Why don't you give us a chance to look over your injuries? We'll see what we can do. There will be some casting. No need to worry. And the first thing I'll do is cast Detect Magic.
You don't see magic off of either of them. However, the woman gives off an interesting aura. Yeah.
I will look somewhat perplexed, turn my back, make a gesture to get Krellick's attention, and then in our speak to Missy sign language, I will tell him to keep an eye on her while we look at the other two.
I don't think Krellick knows that.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I spent time learning it.
Okay. I felt like, for some reason, was thinking that you had decided not to.
I definitely learned it.
Okay.
I will just adjust the my bag of roping a little bit forward, easy to get to.
I'll kneel down, kind of in between them, and say, "You are ill."
Yeah, one of those nasty creatures bit me on the leg.
Mm-hmm. You do not wish to die, yes?
No. God, no.
Are you Morley, or is that one Morley?
I'm Morley, and that's Barrett.
Morley and Barrett.
To be clear, neither of you wish to die, yes?
No.
Yeah. I'm not actually trained in medicine, so I do think Noel's first instinct would be just to reach out to Morley and cast Lesser Resto.
Okay. You see some of the infection begin to ooze from the wounds, and the sweat begins to cool. Like his temperature lowers.
Barrett, may I take a look? Zashel is trained in medicine, too.
Yeah. We're gonna roll a medicine check.
Yeah.
There it is.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
You-
I was muted. I meant to say that I was assisting.
Oh, okay. You have some idea.
15 threshold. Thank you.
Yeah, you have some idea what this could be, but Vicaris helps confirm it that this is. You recognize some grayish pustules on their skin that, when kind of interacted with, they seem very delicate. This is blue rot. I need everybody to make me a con saving throw.
Might not have finished.
Okay.
Is this a poison?
It is not.
Okay.
Disease.
I would say my guess would be disease.
That's rough, but luckily we have clerics here. Hooray.
Actually, I need to re-roll that. I rolled the wrong thing for Betty.
Cough, cough. I'm not exactly prepared to handle disease. Like, I could heal people, but disease?
It's not a problem. I am prepared for this.
Okay, that's good. She kind of gives you two a thumbs up.
Since I got rid of it, I guess, as you guys are relaying this, I'll get rid of it on Barrett. cast another Lesser Resto.
Okay, I was about to do that, but I will make way for Noel.
Okay.
Yeah. Conserve your resources, precious sorcerer. You
What?
have less than me.
Warlock.
Warlock.
Oh, right. Sorry. Look, my brain is also sleepy.
Fair.
The same thing, though. You have none.
Sorcerers have no warlocks, but
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
It's out of line, but right.
Okay. The two of them immediately begin to look better as their body is cleansed.
Looking over at her.
Would I know what would have caused that?
With the 16? No.
Okay.
But they did mention that they got, like, attacked and bitten.
Did they say what by, or do I? If not, I will just ask. What?
Ask away.
And you said it was blue pox,
Blue rot.
blue rot. What around here caused blue rot? We've dealt with a number of creatures up above. If any of my team are infected, I'd like to be able to clear this up before it becomes an issue.
When the creatures, the dead, came out of the ocean, those would carry the illness. These two were well before they were hurt.
When was the last time that happened? We haven't run into any. The only dead we've seen are some. Forgive the indelicacy of this. There was a net full of bodies in the water near a boat out behind this monastery. Those are the only dead we've seen. They were not walking or ambulating at all. They were seemingly guarded over by a few giant crab-esque monsters.
She kind of covers her mouth in horror. And she says, they come after sunfall every day. We haven't been able to leave,
Every
and
day.
these two are
Oh, boy.
too sick to move.
Great. Well, it is time then to find some place defensible, I suppose.
How did you all come in? How did you find us?
We didn't mean to. I mean, we were sent by the Duke of Seaton, Duke Merrick, to discover what was dropping bodies into the water. The bodies had been washing up over in Seaton and on the coast there. We were sent by one of his mariners, but and Zashel gestures around it, all of the franchise. Being not human, we were not exactly very welcome by the Duke's escort. So they arrived here, left us a rowboat, and began to sail away. If we don't have a way currently to evacuate everyone here, at least not right now, if the creatures are indeed coming at sundown.
She looks so sad.
If there is, if you can think of somewhere safe to ride out the night, we can try to escort you all back to the mainland tomorrow. It would be, I know it's not exactly a great time to ask, but we may need you to explain to the Duke what has been happening here.
I could.
It's not that you.
That could be done. This place was as defensible as we could make it. We fortified the front door and the back exit some. And this place, they have yet to find it.
And the giant snakes?
Oh, those were pets of the, well, not pets so much. They had been captured some time ago, and kept in cages, but I suppose when the undead attacked, they may have gotten free.
I fear they are currently in your meditation ward. On the positive side, they are almost certainly clearing up your rat infestation, so silver linings.
Yes, I suppose. My apologies, I don't believe I've introduced myself. My name is Janore Stormswake. I'm the scion of Procon.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances.
Are we going to leave then, or spend the night here?
How long till sundown? Do we really want to be in a boat or two while the dead are crawling out of the ocean?
True.
I mean,
Well, we shouldn't be down here because this is just like a death cave.
I am inclined to agree. The upper levels where we found the supplies, the tower, might seem to be better defensible. There's only one narrow way in, plenty of doors in between. I guess worst comes to worst, we could find a few ways to fly out.
Well, whatever we decide, it should be quick. The sun was going down.
And we're certain that these are the only survivors, right?
Yes, I have scoured the place in daylight when I've had the opportunity. When that creature, Risp, that flying horned thing was not prowling.
Those are dead.
Oh, thank you. That is a relief. But anyone who had been alive, we had one more, Aaron, but he went out some time ago and he's not returned. I can only assume the worst.
Zashel will describe the person, the corpse that we saw in the tower that the Peritons caught and ate.
Yes, that was him. Seeing as he's not with you, I assume the worst.
I am sorry for your many losses here, but hopefully we can end that and get you all to safety. Is there anything else in the Abbey that you can think of that might be useful in our efforts to barricade ourselves, or is there something?
I've had little time to explore for any reason other than to barricade and find survivors and food.
Okay. And what is on the upper floor, whether it's east or west, whichever side we haven't explored, I'll just go with east. The upper floor, the east side of the upper floor, not the tower and the battlements, but the other side.
That would be, that would be the prior's quarters. I've not searched them.
Okay.
If you were able to hide here, would we not also be able to hide down here?
If if you think this is a safe enough place for all of you. However, I fear that it might be my fault that the dead have come back from their watery graves. It had been, some decade or so since the crew of the Tamarat had been seen. And she kind of looks for confirmation to the other two, and Barrett nods, and she says, and I was granted a vision to return here, to come here, and when shortly after I had arrived, that they attacked. I don't know why, but perhaps this is some vile curse that is being enacted through the power of Procon through me.
Where did you come from?
Special table.
I'm from a small fishing village, Uskarn, some ways away.
One of the journals that we've found mentions a ship going down mentions a ship, the Tamarat, near the Pit of Hatred. Was that not something recent? Wait, I think I had a misunderstanding. Was that journal recent, or was that journal very old?
That was not it. Well, the journal that you found was was a recent journal about someone who was going to go investigate it.
Okay.
Yes.
So it may have nothing to do with you, unless there is some specific reason that Procon is mad at you.
I should hope not. One is, it is very hard to tell with such a god.
Mm-hmm.
Max, do I think that she raised the dead on purpose?
Roll me an insight check.
I will, with advantage.
See, I feel like
But not 21.
You look at her robes, you look at her, there is no indication, there's no salt stain in her garments. She has not been near the ocean in recent days. It seems incredibly unlikely, and she seems very genuine in her remorse.
Yeah, I'm on to her. Well, what are we doing? We trying to stay down here, or we just gonna go up to that tower?
Well, we have some time till sunset. My suggestion is clear the upper eastern side, see if there's anything in there that we can use, or anything that might explain further what's going on, starting with the Priory's room, if you have no problem with that, gesturing at woman whose name I've already forgotten.
Janore.
If you have no problems with us searching this facility, I would like to find some way to keep this place safe for a time while we potentially deal with how large is the group of undead that come out of the ocean?
I have not stayed above ground to witness it. I only saw one or two before I fled seeking shelter.
Reasonable.
But you may search the Prior's quarters, that is fine. I can't imagine he'll be using them. She kind of grins bitterly.
In this space, is there anything going on in this corner here?
That's where the ladder is.
Ah, okay. Well, I see like on the map. I see the ladder here. I didn't know if this
Oh,
was like
wow.
another, like...
I couldn't see that under something else. No. Nah. Nothing interesting in here. Well, let me double check.
Looks like something I want to dig at.
Nope. Nope, it's just a hole.
Excellent. All right. Well, I for one, I'm just gonna start making my way up the ladder. I can't help these people; they won't let me kill them.
Yep.
So, I'll like look at the ladder. Does the ladder look like it would hold my weight? I mean, it held Noel's, right?
Mhm.
You're heavier than Noel.
That's right. One thing he can't beat me at.
It's not a
Density.
competition.
Lord, everything's a competition.
Do you try to climb the ladder?
Yeah.
All right. You get 3 rungs up, and then break all the way down.
How did you get down here?
I was a rat, and I can only do that once. Yo, can you give me like a lift?
I think we're all gonna need a lift now.
Can I start pressing my claws into the sides and try to get my way up this?
Now, hold on.
Okay.
Yep. Do you think you could fix this ladder?
Also, we have a bag of ropes.
I could let down a bunch of ropes to get you all. Hold on, I'm almost out. Hold on.
Okay. Hold on, Kralik.
I am still making my attempt.
Yeah.
Can I read? Oh wait. Oh yeah, he's gonna have trouble getting out. Isn't that's right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So this is Earth. So it is possible for you to puncture into it. However, it is like island Earth. It is very soft. That is hard. Climbing is going to take a very long time, and you are going to get to brickwork eventually.
Would having a climbing kit help?
No.
Would you qualify this dirt or stone ground that we are in as what might be like difficult, like scree type terrain? And if so, can I use bullet point 3 of mold earth to turn it into solid normal earth? It's a temporary fix, and I will Minecraft block our way a few like 5-foot blocks.
I'll say you can do that. Yeah.
It's gonna ruin this ladder completely. But
Well, the ladder's trashed. Ladder is unusable at this point. We're still going to be dealing with a stuck Kralik.
What? How tall is this? Like how high up do we need to get?
Oh my god!
10 feet.
Okay.
Wait, I can do this. I'm spring today. Okay, how much would it take for me to get up there?
You might be able to get boosted, and it would require you'd still have to make a check, but
Really?
Sorry, question. Can I see outside the hole?
very not with Kralik in the way.
Okay.
Vic, just grab some oil. It's in the pouch to the left, right? Just like douse me in it, right? I'll slip right through.
I have a better idea. Just help me up there. Yeah?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to help pull me down. I am a little bit stuck.
Oh, that's fine. I will jump and grab onto his foot and just hope that my tiny body can pull
I was
him.
gonna say, you by far are the lightest weight of the party. This does very little.
You know, I overestimate my abilities.
Are you pulling yet?
Is it?
Betty, will you go grab Krennic, please?
No, Betty, just grab me.
Betty, the grappling behemoth that she is, puts Vicaris' feet between her beak and wrenches the two of you free.
All right, well that hit. All right, now is Yop gonna be able to get out?
Yop got down.
Okay,
Yop's
cool.
a different type of turtle.
Fair enough. All right, boosting up, please.
Right? I do.
Then I need to make a check.
Yeah, acrobatics, athletics.
I said acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Technically I said acrobatics, which I think is what I might be referring to, a combination of an optional check from now on. You can pry yourself and lift yourself up through the hole into the fireplace.
Tight. How far away is Krellick?
You can look down and see him.
Like within 30, right?
Yeah.
All right, I will do my phase step to switch places with him.
Do you allow this to happen, Krellick?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's my boy.
In a flurry of leaves, we all switch places. Easy as that. And what about the rest of us? Oh, wait, Krellick, you have a bag of ropes.
Yeah. Do you want it? Here, I'll toss it down.
Oh my god.
I'm out of teleports.
Wait,
so-
did he toss the whole rope down?
He tossed his bag of holding of rope.
All right, it's too late to stop that, right? That already happened.
Yeah, that happened.
All right.
Someone's got to have mage hand. Just lift the bag back up.
Yes, I do. I was about to get on the joke and just cast fly on myself and lucky out.
Wait,
Obviously.
got it. I am gonna grab the bag and I will misty step out.
No, we have mage hands.
And I'll pull out a rope out of the bag and tell Krellick to hold this, and then drop the other end down the hole.
Everyone is removed from the hole.
20 minutes, 30 minutes
Yeah.
later.
Listen, I was trying to misty step. I'm like, well, I guess Krellick's blocking the way. I can't do it.
Well, however fast we're going to move before, we have to move about 30 minutes faster.
It shouldn't be. I mean, if they're really in trouble, I can always move some stone and earth and just block the entrance to the kitchens. And then the undead can't get to us without digging through 5 feet of stone first. So, you know, we've got options, but
It's a good start.
we
What
really,
about the parapets?
I meant down in the hole, so, you know, this place might be overrun when we wake up in the morning, but it sounds like the undead leave when the sun comes up. Because Janor mentioned that she walked around during the day. We've taken care of all the daytime threats
Yeah.
that
We
we've
just
met so far, and I would
barricade
find
a
the
door.
closest door and knock on it. Like
For
the one I'm standing next to.
the wood, looking for wood?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, you want to ask them how we make the thing hidden?
There's a rather destroyed hole in the ground right now. That would, I think, require repairs before we do that. Regardless, they'll take care of it, and we can get the rest of this place checked out, and then we can figure out what our plan is.
I look at the broken ladder, and then look at the space in the up where in the fireplace where the mechanism is, and look down at the broken ladder. Look at Zash and be like, "Yeah, I guess I'll just figure it out. Okay." Who's got my bag?
Lauren will hand it back to him.
Thank you, Lord.
As of any time that you're casting,
Where are you headed?
Which rooms? Oh, this is the kitchen. I guess we're headed back upstairs, right? We've mostly cleared the ground floor. We just got to do the eastern part of the upper floor.
Yeah, I do take a peek in that. Like, is the door to the snake room open?
That's on the upper floor.
No, the bottom one. They went into the rat room.
Right.
Room.
You go check out the rat room.
Yeah, is the door open? Is
Yeah.
it ajar?
That door, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just open that door.
Are them snakes in there?
I assume by now that the snakes have been eaten by all the rats.
Don't you mean the rats have been eaten by the snakes?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the rats are winning.
Yeah,
Oh no!
they probably would.
Oh no!
Honestly.
I die.
You see
Hey, what the hell is? Never mind. Sorry.
you see some giant snakes slithering around and hear a lot of rat screaming.
Is there anything to shove in front of that door?
There's this tub and some of the rubble of the barricade that you busted down earlier.
Does it look like the tub can be moved?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it might have been like built from.
Oh, like
the
a
floor.
bathtub. Nah, big old big old tin tub.
All right. Yeah, I'll slide it in front of the door.
Okay.
Does the door open in a way where this will make a difference?
It does now.
Okay. Okay. Because that'd be very funny if it just opens and they slither out.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny.
Pretty great. Pretty great. Okay, are we good?
Did anyone see this door over here?
Where?
Is this the door that leads out to the back?
Yeah. Right next to the water.
We already went out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, are you waiting for me to open it?
No, I'm asking. That's where we
Yes.
found the boat with all the
Yes.
bots. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we explored out there already.
Yeah.
Or at least that side of the island we explored.
Is there something about the door that stands out? Because
This door seems relatively unprotected.
got it. And this is a table behind me, right?
Like a fixed island.
Fixed island. That's a problem.
You might roll a nat 20.
With my 10 strength, don't even think that'll matter. Vicaris, you can create things. Can you barricade this door for us? I could try to. Well, I guess if the door opens in, I could try to just create solid blocks of earth outside, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
think that's
definitely.
going to last very long.
Even worse, my things only last for an hour and they disappear.
Okay.
So for a good hour, and maybe even then some if I try even harder.
Hmm.
Could also make the door come alive and fight anybody trying to get in.
That I'd like to see.
That sounds metal as fuck.
Lucky seems to be like weighing this option.
We should barricade this for at least the hour we have. That'll give us time to explore the rest of this manor and make sure nothing can get in behind us.
How much metal is around us?
Not a lot.
What are the counters made of?
Wood.
Okay, I can create a barricade, but I'm a little lacking on architecture. So if anyone can describe to me what a wooden barricade could look like, I can make that happen.
A barred door.
Just a bar door? That's it. I mean, it's simple. It's effective. I just didn't know if anyone had any better ideas. And he looks over at Ya.
No, it sounds like a fine idea to me.
All right. I will. So I'm going to take as much of the wood that I can. Actually, as a matter of fact, Kralik, this will be fun. I promise you're going to make me here for this.
Okay. I jump off the balcony back down.
Right before I do this, and I'll the girl that we just saved and the people really, are they around us?
Janore's sort of hovering around.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of peek around and be like, so you're not going to use any of this anymore, right? And I'll just gesture to the entire kitchen.
Well,
For the next hour, right? Or does it?
Oh no! What
last for an hour?
What I plan on doing? This is not me creating something. It's repurposing. That'll last forever. I just need raw materials.
We're gonna get you out of here. So if you need new supplies later, we can always bring them. Well, you can always bring them back.
Thank you.
Or the Duke's folks can always bring them back.
do what you must.
All right, Kralik, I need as much raw material wood. So if you could break everything possible.
So you never ask.
Oh my god. Lucky promptly leaves this room.
How long is that going to take? Because
You know
we're
what?
hoping to get the rest of this place explored.
We'll look around while you two work on this. Yeah, let's go. Lauren's just gonna back out the door and kind of wave our new friend. You want to come with us, or are you gonna stay there?
I'll stay here and keep an eye on Morley and Barrett.
Good luck with them. And she kind of gestures towards Bakaris and Kralik, and she leaves.
Not sure.
I look at the what's this lady's name again?
Janore.
Janore. I look at Janore, and do I remember her being pulled up by the rope? Did she come up with us, or did she come up like? Is she just suddenly up now?
She took the rope.
Okay. Okay, cool. I just started ripping countertops apart.
Yeah, she winces as you just begin destroying everything. And walking out,
What would you?
the several drops that Kralik has done is shaken some of the building. Some doors swing open. Yop, you kind of catch a glance of a dining room with its table in pieces, kind of conveniently broken apart, but that doesn't matter. You're headed upstairs.
So there's all kinds of wood in that room, is what I'm hearing. Meanwhile, we are. Hey, is it worth shouting for them? I don't even think it's worth shouting for them at this point.
Probably not.
On the other hand, Noel, we are leaving Kralik and Vikaris behind.
Mm-hmm. It is good to give them...
One second. Just 1 second.
It is better than...
Hey, Kralik, instead of breaking everything, There's all that wood in the dining room that we saw. Oh my god, yes, I summoned Quetzal to myself. My little buddy. There's all that wood in the dining room that may save you some time if you're so inclined. Otherwise, please feel, you do things your way.
All you hear is Iris screaming, "Yeah, Acrylic again!"
Yeah, do it my way.
I have a quick lore-based question about undead.
Okay.
For all the ones in the kitchen, do I think it is likely that any undead could get in there and turn all of them into undead?
Turning into undead is not really a thing. What you saw was a disease, but it wasn't like a turn you into zombie disease.
Yeah, I'm just verifying that if a zombie got in there, they couldn't reanimate all those corpses.
Oh, gotcha. Correct. That would take a feat of necromancy, and that's not like an inherent undead skill.
Okay, I kind of figured as much, but
yeah, worth checking.
If the answer was yes, they could be reanimated, Krelk would have a different grim task to take care of.
Oh, God. Okay.
God.
I mean, you could fix it if you just get rid of the limbs.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's also an enemy in D&D, actually.
Yeah. All you're doing is creating a bunch of crawling claws.
Yeah.
Make things twice as bad.
Okay, just get rid of all the feet so they have to scoot around.
Okay. Who's headed upstairs?
I'll go upstairs.
Yep.
Leave the
We've already
Chucklefucks to
explored
their
the bottom
project.
floor,
Yeah, I'll head upstairs with them.
Okay. Gonna put Lucaris and Krellick on that map.
Them Duke boys are at it again, doing a DIY down on the first floor. Okay, what didn't we explore? The other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over here.
Yeah, I don't think we explored either of. Is this a door or is this a window? I can't tell. It's kind of cut off.
That's a door.
Okay. So there looks like there's two doors here, or is this also a door? And not no.
It is a door. However, you can kind of see into that room already. You see a jagged, broken floor that peers down into the dining room below.
Oh, right. We saw that.
Mm-hmm. I'll gesture to Lauren.
All right, which door first?
Well, we're at this one, so might as well start here.
I'll cast Thaumaturgy on that door.
All right, it slams open.
I love this door opening method.
And inside is a cot, a chest, a vanity that has a very peculiar basin with a straight razor sitting next to it. Yeah.
I'll walk in very gingerly, like waiting for a trap to go off or for some shit to fall from the ceiling.
I will peer around with Detect Magic. I will recast Detect Magic since it's been more than 10 minutes, and I will peer around.
You immediately see that the basin is magical.
Huh. A magical wash basin.
Well,
No
you
idea
look
why
at
he's keeping a weapon there, but
You look over, you see like there's the straight razor sitting next to it, but this basin, now that it's caught your attention, it looks like it's a helmet that's been turned upside down. And it has some cavorting dolphins engraved on it.
That item there, whatever they've done, that's magical. The weapon is not. That can go. I'm guessing this is the Priory's quarters. I'm just a guess. based on the fact that it's a solo room in a monastery.
True. Well, if the helmet is cursed, then somebody that is not me should put it on, so that I can fix the curse.
Well,
I see. Test it for a curse. We can
Yap is already wearing a helmet, so I guess I'll pick it up.
Or Yop has already on this journey identified several items. I mean, granted, we won't know if it's cursed, but maybe we do that first, just to save everybody's head.
Yes, I mean, if we've got the time, it will take me a little bit of time, but it seems like a safer way to go.
Lucky peers out through the arrow slit and says, I don't think time is something we have a lot of.
I just meant more for later.
Yes, we will take this and examine it later.
The chest also, and I will mage hand, which drops my detect magic, I think. And
no, it does not.
There's also now.
Sweet. It's been a while since I've used mage hand, and then I will. Perfect. I will open the chest up.
Okay, it is not trapped, it is unlocked, and inside there is some threadbare garments, some worn sandals, a religious icon that has diamonds set into it, some amber, and the thing that is glowing, a feather token shaped like an anchor.
Trusted ghost.
One by one, the things sort of float out of the tank, out of the chest. The threadbare clothes just get set aside. The feather token floats over to someone. Lauren, I guess.
We'll identify this later.
Anna knows who Avis is, but she doesn't.
I shall open her bag and you can drop it in the bag.
Okay. And this holy symbol, I know this is probably sacrilege, but there are diamonds in it if bad things happen.
Shall we remove the diamonds now?
No. Let's only desecrate this if we absolutely have to. I would really rather not do that. Honestly, if push came to shove, my best hope for it is to just give it to Janore and let hopefully Procon is happy with that. We don't need Procon mad at us right now. Now is not the time for that. We have a boat journey to take.
True.
But we have to be alive to take it. So if we have to do something, then we have to do something.
Anything else in this room?
Nothing particularly interesting.
Okay. Back out. Okay, so we have, I guess, point across. This is a parapet, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not a parapet. It's a guard tower, so it's got a roof.
So we can step out here.
Yeah, be careful. It is collapsed. Like it is broken.
You can hear the floorboards creak under you, Lauren, in your heavy armor, and then groan under you, Noel. Noel, could you please make me a dex save?
Maybe one of the. Okay.
Watch your step there, Noel.
Splinter and a crack as the floor gives out under his weight.
Hearing that, Lauren is going to book it to the other side.
Okay. Noel, that's 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor below. On top of a shattered dining table and chairs.
We'll say.
So, you okay down there?
The knees are a bit jarred.
But otherwise, okay. Okay.
Yes.
I guess how we doing on time, Lucky?
She kind of hisses through her teeth. It's getting dark.
If you can get us up there, collapse the floor, and we hide in the guard tower.
Well, we haven't cleared the guard tower. Get everybody ready to hide. We'll figure something out up here.
Drop the rope, and we will climb into the guard tower.
Do we actually see anything over here? Is this it? I'm confused.
You have a vantage point of the of part of the gardens, about some of the grounds. You see a pond that is built into the grounds to the south. There's a trap door where there is a sweet sweet and sour coiling odor climbing from below.
All right. I can get back across here, right? I can avoid the hole or jump it or something.
Yeah.
I'll tell Zasha about the weird smell.
Weird smell.
Yeah. Some strange smell. She points in the direction it would be in.
Okay. Why don't we do this? Yop, can you carry Betty? Are you strong enough to carry Betty? I don't know your construction methods. I don't know how heavy she actually is.
Well, it might be a bit difficult, but I'll certainly give it my best shot.
Okay. Lucky, keep Quetzal in hand. That way I can communicate to you through him, and I'll have some idea of what's going on here. Yop, if you'll come here. I can only do this on the 3 of us, so I'm afraid I can't get Betty as well. And I will use a spell slot to cast Fly on myself, Lauren, and Yop.
Okay.
We are going to go completely clear that tower. Once we've done that, this should not take long. This is a pretty fast spell. I will let you know. Quetzal will give you a little squeeze, and that will be time to get everybody over here. If he just kind of bonks you with his tail, then there's something wrong, and we're gonna have to find a different place.
Okay.
Good. All right. Yep, Lauren. And Zasha will take off and go across.
Hold tight, Betty.
Oh, wow, there's literally nothing in here.
No, but you are also struck by the peculiar sour, sweet smell upon crossing the threshold.
I can no longer sense anything magical while I maintain concentration on the ability to fly out of character. That's a door, right?
These are all window slits.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, all arrow slits.
So, I guess look around, see if we can find the source of that odor.
There's a trap door on the floor. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
Yop is gonna open that trap door.
Yeah, and I will immediately.
I'm gonna stand back against the wall.
There's also a rope ladder nearby. And you open the trapdoor and see below into a round tower room on the ground floor that looks like it is a distillery. And once that trapdoor opens, it is a rank sour smell that comes up.
Given my experience brewing and distilling, do I recognize that smell?
It's clearly some berry wine that just did not ferment correctly.
So it's rotted instead of fermented.
Yes.
It's well on its way to being vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw up.
That's a real shame.
Yeah. Well, there's no ladder for them to climb to get up here, although with Krellick and Noel and Vicaris and the three of them, that makes this area very cramped for spending out the night. It does seem like it might be better than the hole they're in for the three of them if we want to take our chance with however many undead are crawling out of the ocean.
Like, hey, do you have a wizard card? Look.
But I think Noel's suggestion of breaking the floor away so that the tower is cut off does a fairly solid job of protecting Janore, Morley, and
I have a nice chest.
his name starts with a B.
Probably sell it.
So close. Brent, not Brent.
Baron?
Barrett. Damn, that was close.
Also, yeah.
Although the smell, I suppose we can go back and give them the
Actually,
option
We're gonna take
of
a
where they
50
would
rate.
prefer to hide.
Right.
We should reconvene with the others and see what we want to do. I don't know that we necessarily need to hide right away, depending on the size of the force coming out of the sea. That might be something that we can just deal with and just be done with it, and then we can rest through the evening and potentially close up that portal for or the Pit of Hatred, I guess it was called. We can close that up for good and be done.
Wait, close the Pit of Hatred tomorrow and leave the 3 survivors here?
No. It's not far south from here. We are, as Ashel spins around as he tries to remember, we are west or east of Seaton.
Yes. You know which direction the mainland is.
Basically, if it's on the way, or not even necessarily on the way, if it's 2 miles out, that might be something we can do. Come back, take a quick moment to recover, pick them up, and then head back to Seaton entirely. That way we can prove to the Duke that not only have we both solved the problem of what was hunting these monks, but we have several of them to corroborate our story, and we can demonstrate that we have resolved the issue in its entirety rather than leaving it as an issue. It's not like the Duke is going to be keen to call on someone who can fix this issue for him. It's underwater. The Duke's own men, as we saw in the Sahaugen Temple, fighting underwater isn't exactly their thing. We could call upon the allies that we've made. However, I doubt the Duke in his particular stance is going to do that. So if we can do that while we're here, one, we risk less of our allies, but we can possibly secure ourselves a nice bonus. Don't forget, we do at some point have to entreaty with the Duke to pay some portion of the half-dragon's missing hoard. I think the more we do for him, the better our position will be to make that bargain. I know that is a lot that I haven't just thrown out.
Yeah, I think first things first, let's worry about surviving the night.
Yes.
I agree. I also think it's worth, once we have a place to fall back to, and we do have one more door to check if we want to zip back across.
Yes, wise idea.
Before the 10 minutes runs out.
Oh, thank God. I can't stand that smell. And Lauren will open the next door.
If the amount of undead is something that we can handle, I think it's worth doing. Then we can actually rest the night instead of, staying up the whole night worrying about and guarding against the undead.
Yop and Betty will walk through this door.
All right. There are arrow slits on the wall. murder holes in the center of the floor, overlooking the entryway to the level below. A fireplace is set in the south wall with a dusty iron kettle close by, with a trapdoor set into the floor at either end of this chamber.
We pull up the trapdoors. Do we see ladders, or is it just to mess with people below?
It's just, yeah, it looks that way. However, when you open the one over here, you see a blocked up dark room full of gigantic rats.
Glory to the Rat King, and I close the door.
Okay.
I would like to poke around this fireplace, having seen where the secret latch was on the fireplace downstairs, so I'm looking for the same sort of thing here.
Okay. Make an investigation check. You feel fairly certain that there is nothing interesting here. You see the kettle's kind of large, but you assume that's just for boiling oil for the murder holes.
All right, fair enough.
Find anything?
Nothing interesting.
This does seem like a reasonably defensible place.
Well, probably better if the front door weren't broken down.
I meant this room for us, but yes, we could block up or break off enough of the stairs to prevent access to the second floor easily. This would give us more space and not be standing over a distillery full of rotten berry wine. We have the hearth for warmth. We have a way to impose some damage on anything trying to come through, even if we can't exactly trap them where we would normally want to. I feel like the tower would be cramped if we tried to pull Janori, Morley, and Barrett with all of us. We would be in virtual standing room only.
Well, maybe we should go check on.
Yeah, we should go discuss this with all of them. You are very correct.
Yeah, and I mean, let's check on Noel. That guy took a fucking fall.
I'm sure he can fix himself up.
He was shouting at us a minute ago. Zashel, if Fly is still active, will just fly down and stand next to and land next to Noel.
Okay.
You see he's like testing like his right knee and wincing a little bit. Mostly fine.
Good. The good news is, if you had made it across, your sense of smell would have probably given you a migraine, rotting berries, all kinds of stuff. I'm actually kind of curious. Well, I guess they get there from the outside.
That whole garden in the front.
Yeah.
So where are we hiding then?
Well, that's something we need to discuss with our hosts. Well, the living ones, anyway. Oh, God. What?
If we are attacked, anything you can do to gather them for me would be helpful.
The dead?
First time a character.
Mm-hmm. The undead.
Group
Abomination.
Yep.
Great.
Krellick, Vicaris, how's it going in there?
By now you have destroyed this kitchen.
Almost done, yeah?
What do you think if we take out this wall, really opens it up a bit? What do you think?
I agree, but we are limited on time. Perhaps we can get a commission if we're actually going to do some home improvement. Right now, we're just doing something in a pinch.
Yeah.
And Vicaris carefully considers the future of a Kralik Vicaris architecture before shaking his head and going, all right, just put all the wood up right in front of the door, and then I'll turn to the others. You sure this door, right? We don't want to block anything else. We just specifically want to block this door.
Well, we do need to block other things. I was hoping you were done there, and then we could see about repairing the front door.
Yeah. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but perhaps y'all can fix the front door?
I'll start dragging wood from the dining room over here.
I think so. I can make either one really big block, or I can barrier, or I can make multiples of lesser protection. Which would you prefer?
Which one will better hold this door?
This door particularly. No other doors.
Well, I mean, like I said, we do need to board up. Was there a door through the meditation chamber? Do you remember, Vicaris?
What? I don't remember.
I don't want to have to open that door.
You mean where all the rats were?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a door. That's how we got out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I thought we went out through the kitchen.
No, we came back in through the kitchen after the fight, but we went out through the
Oh, right.
door in the meditation room.
Yeah, but we don't go in that room because that's where the snakes is.
Maybe they're meditating.
Yeah. All right, Vic, let's get this door done.
All right. If it's okay with everyone, I'm gonna create one very large barrier for this one door here.
Yeah.
All right. And then once he puts it on the very front, I will use my once a day spell of Fabricate to create a large barrier, one that potentially can hold up against this door, but then brace itself against what I'm assuming is the middle counter. I would have told Kralik to keep the sides, but the top can be taken off. And then looking around potentially at like that side of potentially hooking into it, but I think the best thing to do is just to go on both sides and brace against that, the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay.
Can I
The
test the effectiveness of such?
the only way you'd be able to test the effectiveness of this would be to like go around the front and try to get in.
Oh yeah, no, I'm mostly just kind of like pushing against it and further back, like, and seeing how it holds against everything. I know it's not going to be the perfect test, but just to see if we can, like, do any other modifications.
You catch a bunch of golden threads that connect these pieces of wood and begin tugging on them, running a needle through each piece and creating a chain of a fashion. And when it is all yanked tight, these pieces of wood lift themselves and force themselves together into a sturdy blockade.
Okay. Done. All good in here.
That takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where to?
I mean, we've got to make sure there are no other doors. Wasn't there a door to the tower here? Or was there a hallway straight to the tower? Where there... Oh, wait, the bottom floor. That's the one that burned your... Oh, God, we haven't even fixed your armor yet, Lauren.
It's fine. It's fine. We can fix it when we get home. Yup, can fix it, right? She looks at yeah.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Look, there's doors all over this place, alright? Look, we ain't getting them all, alright? We pick the one, and then we do that.
Well, the main double doors, or at the very least the inner double doors, so that they're trapped beneath the... and I'm pointing at the, like, murder holes in the trapdoors. That room seems to be basically a guard room. There's plenty of space for us all to hide there. There's a hearth to keep us warm. Plenty of space for even the 3 that are currently hiding in the cellars. It seems to be the best and most defensible. Well, the tower is technically the most defensible, but it is also above a room of rotting wine, and it is very cramped. I think the murder room is our best option, despite how that sounds.
Mm-hmm.
There's only the one door, so if we can block these double doors, that will allow us to, if we need to, engage with whatever we see coming. If not, we can block that one door up there, maybe break off the stairs here, so that whatever undead that are not flying are stuck on the ground floor, and we can deal with all of that come morning. Why don't we gather our hosts downstairs, and we can see what their thoughts are.
Is Jeannie around?
Yes.
Hey, Jeannie, Zash has got some words for you. Hey, you think that your friends, if I lower a rope, will be able to climb out?
What language are you speaking?
Rude.
Was I just speaking Orcish?
Would you like me to go and get the others?
I mean, if you, yeah.
All right, well, I'll need rope if you have any.
I got it.
You can bring the other 2 up. He did start by calling her the wrong name and then used a different wrong name for someone else.
It's a power play.
Didn't I say Zashel?
No, you said Zash, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know what that means.
Hey, that's her riddle to solve.
You're right, she made that very clear.
Alright, come on, hurry up.
Okay. We are going to take our 10-minute break. Now that you are all together.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
Sure is great being at a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome. It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. How about a pizza? None better anywhere.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
drive our new Cutlass now?
Sure handles easy.
Drive happy. Cutlass can make you a little drive happy.
I forgot to get the newspaper.
Glad we ordered these swivel bucket seats.
Yeah, in case I get to drive someday.
The Cutlass S, Oldsmobile's sporty fastback at a price that's less than you might think to help make you really drive happy.
Drive happy.
Can I drive now?
Take a good look at Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile dealership. And then take a drive in a new Oldsmobile, Cadillac, or one of the fine used cars. Serviced by Clyde's 21 factory-trained personnel and expert craftsmen. Cadillac and Oldsmobile means the very best in automobiles, and Clyde Garfield is the best in dealership and service. Clyde Garfield's Cadillac and Oldsmobile, New England Automobile Village, Route 3, New Hampshire.
You're invited to stop in at Nashua's own McDonald's on Route 101A. You'll find McDonald's high quality, fast service, and reasonable prices. Also, visit McDonald's at the Drum Hill shopping area in Chelmsford. Treat yourself and the family at McDonald's soon.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
Sure is great being on a drive-in watching Super Flick and eating all this great food.
This flick is making me hungry.
It makes me want to flick my bick.
We should have gone to the drive-in where we could eat and flick to our heart's content.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Well, come on then. I'm going to have a pizza and popcorn and ice cream.
And I'm gonna have a burger with fries and a soft drink. Yum, yum, yum. This was a great idea.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome. It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn?
So, you are all convening in the main room of the Hermitage. Well, not the main room, the central room of the Hermitage, debating the best approach, the best place to hide. And you think you figured it out. In the room above the main entrance seems like a good enough position. But as you're talking, Lauren and Noel hear some chatter coming from outside. Sounds like some whispering back and forth. And
like actual talking and not like sounds of zombies approaching.
Yeah, sounds like regular talking.
I'll go check it out.
Okay. Lauren starts heading out towards to get a look at whatever might be making some noise. And Lauren.
So someone, Lauren, someone want to go?
Yes.
Oh, it's too late now.
Okay.
Lauren, you kind of have a glance outside. You see two figures who are hunched together and walking almost arm in arm, with wet, oily skin and tangled hair, bulbous eyes, and hunched backs. They're whispering to each other in Sylvan, which you've gotten a good earful of by now. But when they see you, they both squawk, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. And another one, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. I totally mind.
Okay. Lauren, you fall to the ground unconscious at 0 hit points. Now we're gonna roll initiative.
Oh my god. Well, that's fine. Get it out of the way.
Why am I not seeing?
How's that a nat 1?
Okay, my roll 20 must be bugged because like nothing is coming up for me, not even my roll.
Yeah, the like equation always tags a nat 1 or nat 20 sometimes.
I forgot you have advantage. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, Krellick's nat 1 is a 20. Okay.
Yeah, my nat 1 is
He has a plus 20 mod.
You laugh, but expertise.
I might have.
Oh my god, I could have taken expertise in initiative. That would have been so. I never want to go first, so that would have been stupid, but it's so cool.
No, it's not.
Wait, you can't take it in initiative, can you?
It's a skill check.
It's a skill check, but like, there's
it's
no,
not a
like,
skill, yeah.
Yeah,
It's an
just a
ability
skill.
check. It is not a skill check.
Yeah, it's not a skill.
Although it
that
is
you
possible, I believe, to get proficiency in initiative. I think there's a subclass somewhere that gets it.
There's like the alert feed that gives you something weird about it too.
Alert,
but-
Gloomstalker, all sorts of stuff that you can combine to boost it. But
I thought you were casting.
Okay, I am back. My initiative does not seem to have rolled. So
No.
Token. Right there it comes.
There it is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So Kralik is up first.
Cool. I think it's like right, like we're all like listening to like whatever the plan is going on, and like out of the corner of the eye, like Lauren wears armor and shit, so like.
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
see
there's,
her like leave, but you're like, yeah, maybe she's going out to take a piss or something, and then you hear a clatter as she just drops to the ground.
Yeah, I'll like turn and.
We
see
also
her,
heard
like,
the scream, right?
Was there a scream?
I don't think she screamed.
Squawked is the word.
Oh well,
I
yeah,
use.
you heard the squawk, but Lauren didn't scream.
I mean,
Well, there's seagulls.
she's also leaving the group, so it'd be kind of weird for us not to like watch her by herself.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone is aware that something is happening.
Yeah. So I turn and see her like, you know, in the midst of fall, like she's clattering. What's my I need to measure my distances. Okay. I will make my way out. Hold on, let me re-measure. I forget how to set my my path, my movement path. I forget the clicks for it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I always forget.
Oh, you get opportunity attacked by something you cannot see.
Sick. Where along the path?
Here.
About-ish. Okay, in the room. Okay.
You feel a buffet of strong wind slash out against you without piercing your skin. No damage. Misses.
Okay, cool. As I approach, I kind of start to catch a glimpse of something. So I'll end my movement, that section of movement here, to kind of see it as I'm trying to get some protection for Lauren. Okay, I see weird things. Okay.
You see weird old women is what you see.
Weird old women, even better. And is this barricade like causing a problem of any kind?
I'll say it's still difficult terrain, although you have destroyed it some, but I'm gonna say difficult terrain.
Okay. So I would like to I believe it'll take an action to like go like grab Lauren, like pick her up, right? And then I will use I could then move for roughly-ish here-ish. It's difficult. Yeah, okay. I will use an action to rage while carrying her. Although that does put me at half speed. So I think all I really get to do is hold her, turn my back to them, and kind of get into this room a little bit with her. Do you know what? Just to make sure that she's good, I'll action surge for a dash, and that can at half speed. Half speed will get me in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, that gets me into here with her. Could she be just on the other side of me?
Sure.
Yeah, to the south. I'm gonna I don't think I don't. Can I lay her down in the same turn?
I would say it would be a drop, but yeah.
I don't. All right, I don't want to drop her. Okay. I'm not gonna drop her. I come back in and I'll just say, "There's some weird shit outside. Lauren looks hurt." That'll be my turn.
Okay. Yop, it is your turn.
Upon hearing this, Yop will head over to the door to see what's going on out there. I can't really see anything from here, so...
Yep.
Knowing that Lauren went out and came back in pretty bad shape, I'm not going too far, but I will just step into the room, see if I can't get a better view. I see something out there, so I'll just steal myself in front of the door and call over to Betty. so we're blocking the door. And I will work the small bellows attached to my shield, and I will ready an action to squeeze that foghorn bulb at the first fucking thing I see.
Okay. On their turn, for a moment, they step into the doorway. You see again these old, weird women, waterlogged to hell and oily and sickly. See you immediately, and Krellick, and force. You can make your opportunity attack towards one of them. Not opportunity, but a held action. Okay, all three are going to hit. 8, 12, 20.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. None of the fighting style stuff applies, obviously. Okay.
Yeah. And seeing the two turtles, and feeling some fear, they both reach out their hands. I need the both of you to make me well, hold on. Sorry, I have to measure something now. One of them's actually going to take a little bit more movement. And just get slightly closer. And cause Yop and Krellick to make wisdom saving throws.
I honestly could not tell if that was Miles or Tyler in the background making chopping noises.
That was Miles.
Max, did I get a recap inspiration?
That's a very good question. I'm gonna say yes, you did.
Okay. Okay, wisdom.
I'm gonna use a flash of genius to add 6 to my saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. I can't have no beads of instant karma because I already used them. Okay, wisdom 16. It feels like everything would be bad. Okay, if I use the DM inspo, it's just I can pick whichever one, right?
It's whatever is the highest out of whatever set you end up rolling.
Okay, cool. I'll use it because I'll forget about it. It's a 16.
Okay. All right. The two of them lower their gaze some and panic and move. Then the wind around you picks up. Yop, you're inside, but something is nearby and smashes into you with a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then a 22.
Yeah.
For 9 bludgeoning damage. Shinora's gonna...
I just feel the wind. I don't see anything.
Yeah. You feel something strong, some force against you.
Mm-hmm.
And the priests are going to just hide back here for now. Then it is Vicaris' turn.
3, 4. I am. What's some objects that are around us?
Some rubble, and broken pans and plates.
Cool. I am going to pull at a ton of strings, much like a marionette, and cast animate objects. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 small objects. And then I know, don't worry about it. They don't have to be shown unless you specifically want to hit them. I have a plan for those guys. And then 2 medium objects, which should be 10 total because mediums count as 2.
Okay.
The 2 I will move on because they will be my little guys.
Okay.
One gets to be that one, and the other gets to be. Oh shoot. The other gets to be this. Oh shit! It's dragging the whole thing. Okay, I tried to bring the dancing item, but it's not working.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Man, I love this spell. I hate it in Roll20.
I guess I can only bring out one at a time. Maybe.
You should be able to take out more than one.
Let's try an awakened tree. Nope.
Are you clicking the right part of the sheet, or the right part of the name?
Oh, turns out I'm an idiot.
Oh god, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, so
hey, puppies.
And so the 6 small ones are just going to stay because I have to command them separately, but those 2 big ones, I'm going to tell them to kill anything that's not us. And so they will move up. I forgot what they're...
They run over to the priest.
They know what I mean.
Yeah.
You do actually know what you mean.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but they can't hit because they don't have ranged. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Cool. That's where they will stay. And the other 6 are just floating around.
Okay.
Yep, that was my bonus and my action, and I will slightly move forward, and I'll stop right there.
Okay. Zashel?
Bishop. Sorry. Okay, this was not exactly what we had hoped to do, but we'll see what we can pull out here. Let me start with this, and I will kneel down. Character sheet. I will put a hand on Lauren's head, and I will cast Cure Wounds, which automatically goes off at 5th level for me. Can I roll decent? I sure can.
Not bad.
Hooray.
34 healing for Lauren.
Yeah, damn.
Are you there, Monkey?
Yep.
Okay. It also, yeah, it doesn't look like you're in initiative.
Oh, was it because I...
Because you were unconscious? Yeah.
I see. What? Did I not roll initiative? Maybe I didn't.
I thought you did.
I thought you had as well.
Maybe you didn't have your tokens.
No, you did not.
No.
I did not. Well, maybe that's because I was unconscious. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Anything else for your turn, Zashel?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be it.
All right. Lauren, you are awake and in a different place.
I sit up and go, oh God, my head. What's happening?
You didn't die this time.
Yeah, you're in my arms, just so you know.
Oh, I tried to sit up, but I'm being held in.
Sorry.
I try to twist around because I don't know where I am. I see a shell. And then I stop twisting. Could you let me down?
Yeah, if you want to get out, you can get out. I'm not like gripping you.
Well, I don't know. She just woke up.
You can be let down.
There were those 2 slimy old women. Did you guys beat them?
Zashel just points to the door.
No,
I think she'll just dodge, and that'll be my turn.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless on, let's see, Krellick, Yop, and Zashel. Yeah. So you three are blessed. I, from where I was, briefly saw them flit in and out of the doorway, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then yeah, for the moment,
I suddenly see... Never mind, carry on. I can see very clearly all the way out to, like, here.
Yeah, it's because
it's because of daylight's effect on.
Oh, okay.
Daylight effect, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
like,
gonna
I
move
can see
to
both of the tokens out there.
I'll cast Bless, then move to here, just so that I'm not immediately in range of whatever it is they did, and not in sight.
Okay. Let's see. Lucky doesn't really know what to do, and is determined that it is safer back here than anywhere else. Krellick.
There's something in that room, you'll be careful. I'm pretty far away from kind of everything now.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, okay. I will, okay. I'm gonna come up, actually, you know what I'll do? Wait, I need to be, I'm gonna need to be attacking something. I am actually gonna need to be doing something. Okay, can I, the objects were medium sized, so, and they moved through, so I can move through Yop and Betty, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will move into the room, and I will, starting in this area, I will begin like swinging. I will swing a bit, and then I'll move over to here to swing a bit to see if I can hit anything.
Okay, roll at disadvantage.
You got it.
For your first attack, and then for the second attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna recklessly swing out because that seems appropriate. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That is what you are doing for sure.
I'm gonna swing my arms like this.
Yep.
And if you get in the way.
Also, it's likely going to have advantage anyways.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. If it hits me, it's invisible. So yeah. No, all works out. Okay. It'd be a 19 and then a 19.
The second 19 hits.
Okay. So there'd be 21 bludgeoning to whatever it is.
Okay. Wonder how it does against that. Yeah, interesting.
Do I see anything on like that? I guess maybe because I swung here and then I moved, so I get a feeling that maybe around here might be where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just start shouting, I'll hit it, I think. Shit. Yo, just look, I don't know. Oh, shit.
Yes, sir. I understand completely, Krellick.
I don't think I have any bonus actions that I would do. So that's gonna be my turn.
I say if you don't want to do that, my guys have blind sense and they can see him. I forgot about it when they walked past.
Oh, that's interesting. Not that they're able to communicate that they are objects.
Yeah. But with kill everyone who's not us, they would have been like, oh, he's not us. I'm sorry, I'm assuming gender here.
Gotcha. This is fair. That's absolutely fair. I don't think we're gonna walk that one back.
Yeah. No, but they would at this point they would turn around to hit.
They can definitely target this thing. And again, for the record, the only things that are capable of seeing this figure that looks like a person with blades for hands and spectral, Yop can see, and the objects have a sense of.
Yep.
Cool. That's Yop's action.
Betty, it's right over there. Grab him.
Unfortunately, still at disadvantage.
Jesus. Criminy Betty.
That's ridiculous. It's grappled, I guess.
Yeah, Betty's over here now.
Grappled? Hold on. No, it cannot be grappled. It is mist. You see that it is a spectral.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a new thing learned. And then moving this way. Avoiding getting into melee with the objects. The two witches once again extend their fingers. They touch their pinkies together, and lightning crackles from their fingertips.
Oh boy.
We cast in the spell. All right.
You sure are.
Can I see them?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
Are you counterspelling?
I'm gonna try. With my last
Okay.
spell slot that goes off at 5th.
That is a 5th level spell slot. It negates one of these lightning bolts. The other one didn't roll. God damn it!
Can I? I'm so sorry for all of this. Can I choose which lightning bolt is countered?
I'm gonna go with this one because that's the one you were checking your distance with.
Damn it! I was gonna do the other one.
Okay, well, you know what?
Sorry, everybody. I make no apologies.
Fine with that because that's.
I'm glad I moved.
Way more
Lauren
people I get
got
hit.
up.
I'm glad I moved.
I just woke Lauren up.
Oh shoot! Who did it hit? Sorry.
It is hitting literally everyone in the franchise except Lauren, Lucky, Quetzal, and no. Quetzal lives.
I need a hero.
Oh my god! I just wow.
Well.
Thanks
I
for
love
stopping
that.
This one.
I need a dex save from an animated object, Krellick, Betty, Yop, Vakaris, and Zashel.
3 of you got bless.
Lauren, I don't. Hold up here. No.
That was Monkey. That was only was Monkey. It's not Monkey.
Do you remember the Granny Nightshade fight where I spent 3 or 4 rounds not just getting you back from unconscious.
Yeah, I know.
One of those times you died.
That was
Not
a great
today.
fight. So that's why we have Null now.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying not today.
I'm a bit low on resources, admittedly.
Vakaris, did you roll an inspiration?
Yes, I did. So both me and the constructor at 15.
Okay. Let's see. Betty fails. And that's it. Everyone else takes half of 54 points of lightning damage.
27. Yep. Oh my god, my construct survived.
It's not doing great.
Yeah, if someone's dead. No, I'm kidding.
That was fun. Now we're gonna get out of line of sight.
I make no apologies. I am sorry though. I'm not gonna say it.
That was the most Ted thing I've ever heard. This ghost is going to take its turn now. Who we hitting? We're gonna hit.
Is actually a ghost?
Krellick. It's not a. Well, it's a ghost, but it's not like the ghost stat block.
Close enough for Krellick.
Nat 20
Krellick-
and
Krellick-
23.
Both hit.
That is a total of 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Still raging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Janora is going to summon the Tempest to her as a swirling mist begins to encircle her and her allies and defend her. She's going to cast Spirit Guardians. Lightning crackles in the fog. Let's see. And then it is Vicarious' turn.
Hooray. Well, I will.
How many of your little dudes got killed by lightning?
Oh, they were all like. I was putting them to the side, but if you want to roll that, some of them were there. They were to the sides of me because I was just kind of like thinking everything around me just lifted up. But I guess next time we should probably set them out.
There were 6 total, right?
Yeah.
Let's knock out 2 of them. Is that all right?
Cool. Yeah, perfect. And also I said small, but I reread the spell and I can do tiny, so I'm going to do now 4 tiny ones.
I fully thought you were talking tiny, so.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Also, did you make that con save for lightning?
I sure did not. That is a high fucking con. However, I have Mind Sliver, Sharpener, excuse me.
You're good.
A 13 is the DC.
Oh shit! Never mind. Just kidding.
Because you took half and you have it again. That's 13.
You know, math is not my strong suit, guys.
Yeah. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Okay, so my bonus action will be to tell the tiny ones to go help the others. So one of them is going here, and the other 3 are going to go to these 2, but they don't have enough speed, so they're pretty much right where these 2 guys are. These 2 are going to turn right around. As if they... Wait a minute.
Oh, there he is, boss.
Yeah, and then I will move right here because I still think I can see that thing. Let me try. Like right there. And nope, that is even worse than it was before. All right, I don't think I can hit it, right, with the way the doors and shit work. Oops.
Yeah, it does not look like it. I have the capability of peeking through what you're capable of seeing, and yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Hi, I am going to move over here and hope for the best.
Hope for that lightning bolt to not happen again.
Yeah. So they will be helping Yop, and then the stronger one of my objects, which is this guy right here.
Okay.
One of them will have advantage, and the other will not. This one is no advantage, and this one is advantage. Wow. Glad I chose that one. For 9 damage. Force.
Force.
No, bludgeoning. Excuse me. Bludgeoning.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound right at all.
I was thinking about my object that I can. My animate objects. It's not a spell. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Half of 9 is 4. Duh. Okay. All right. Zashel.
All right. Zashel dusts and kind of waves some of the smoke away from himself from getting shocked. Turns and looks at the doorway, pulls on the gloves, which I will activate as a bonus action to cast without a spell slot. And this time when he casts, there is a sort of rippling wave of light that passes through Yop, through Betty, through Krellick, lands about... Come on, ping. You can... Oh, I'm not on the right tool to ping. Lands, I think it's about here. Yeah. And the entire area explodes into a shower of light and, you know, the little bits of ash paper you get when you light flash paper. I am casting Synaptic Static.
Oh, fuck yeah.
In save.
Or 33 psychic damage.
Well, they both barely scrape by in saving, but they still take the half.
Yep.
Not gonna
That ain't nothing, and it's dope as hell.
love
And then Zashel is gonna get the fuck out of the way.
Good call.
If,
You go to the other side of the door.
okay.
The side of the door is crowded.
I will wave at Lauren and Lucky to also get out of the doorway.
Okay. Lauren.
Lauren, seeing that they're outside, and the lightning bolt, is going to cast silence out there. Let me drag a comb. Oh, geez, not right there. You know, just right outside the door, and then she's going to also get out of the way.
Okay.
That is my turn.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. No.
Can't do a whole lot right now. Yeah, I guess I would poke around the corner. I can't see anything from here, I don't think. Not from my angle. I think for now, yeah, just step back over here. Don't have a good play, a little low on resources. Can't go buck wild. I'll chill.
Okay. Lucky. Ooh, I wonder. Yeah. From the center of that point of silence. We'll just make it easy. Yeah. Draws up with her hand from the earth a rift from which pours dark, squirming tentacles that fills that space. Kralik, it is your turn.
Lucky just made it so I can't see out there.
Let's see. I've got to remember how this one works. I don't think it's actually darkness, because this is black tentacles.
It's black tentacles coming from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see wiggling tentacles, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah. There's just a bunch of weird tentacles out there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tentacles are just the silent spell, right?
There's silence. It's utterly silent as a rift opens.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure it's not a damaging spell because my things are out there.
Shit.
Okay. I wanted to go out there, but okay. The barricade. How high up is it? Like how much elevation is there to it?
Hardly any.
Hardly any.
It's just obstructive. As is its intention.
Okay. And for my purposes, the area, the radius of silence is the radius of the tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So if I come over here. Okay. I'll just I'll turn it up and just say, "Yo, you take care of whatever this shit is." I'm gonna be like, kind of get down a little bit, begin a charge up into the rubble, and then I will make a leap. My horizontal leap is 20 feet horizontally.
Right, you're gonna get clubbed in the back of the head by an opportunity attack.
Super great.
25 to hit.
Yep, hits.
11 bludgeoning.
Okay. I curse, but I'm in silence. You said 11 bludgeoning? Okay. Okay, sick. I can only see this one from the door frame. So I'm gonna land.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna land right. I don't want to. Yeah, I'll just land right by it.
Okay.
Do the tentacles do anything to me?
Yes. Upon entering, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I can see this. So it's a 19.
Okay, that saves. I don't recall if you did take half bludgeoning or not, but you are not restrained at least.
Okay, cool. Just let me know about.
Yeah, I'll check in just a second.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna recklessly swing out at this lady.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
23 to hit, and then 25 to hit.
Yes. Okay.
And
is it 25 or 27?
20. Well, it's 27 damage, 25 to hit.
Oh yes, for some reason I was only seeing the second. How do you want to do this?
Just like one smack across the face, and then one up, just like driving them into the ground a little bit. Am I held by anything? Do I have free movement right now?
All right. I'm opening back up again.
Time stuff.
It is difficult terrain, but that is all.
Okay, difficult terrain. Okay. I used. Okay, 15 movement. Okay. And it's like the ground is filled with this, or the air is filled with these things.
The ground.
The ground. Okay. I will. It takes 10 feet of movement then for me to move the 5 foot square I need to jump. I can jump 8 feet up, and then again I can reach this other person with a leap.
Jumping is half of your movement. It takes half of your movement to do a leap.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with you, and we can look it up later.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure that is the case because I have in Tuesday someone who keeps desperately trying to make a remarkable athlete function, and we've had to look it up a couple of times.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll look it up later. Okay, that's 15, then 20. That'd be 25. 35. I can only get to there.
Okay.
So as a bonus action, I will. I'll just heal myself. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Yup.
Oh, Betty. Who is in a heap on the floor. And I will point at this fool with my warhammer before taking 2 swings.
Okay. Yeah, you are not at disadvantage since you can see him.
You're also at advantage because one of my things is helping you.
Okay. That will hit.
All right, and one more.
And that will also hit. Let's see. I'm just gonna go with your first damage because it's auto rolling. Let's see. And now I can't think. 18, 27, 30. Oh, okay. That's easy. Oh, fuck, it's resistant. Wait, no. Okay, we're fine. it for your turn?
That is it.
Okay. This hag starts by the dex save at the beginning, and fails. And Krellick, even though you do not reach her, you see these black tentacles strap around her legs and begin pulling her to the ground, and then around her throat and arms, and pin her down and crush her.
Holy shit.
She dies. She did not have a lot of HP left. It also is nearly max damage for that bludgeoning damage. And it is this thing's turn. What we got going on around us? We have Yop, who can apparently see us. 1, 2, and 2 18s to hit.
Those are both gonna miss.
All right. Vicaris.
I am going to try and walk around really quick. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'll try right there. Carefully walking by, and I see that that thing's dead, so there's no reason for me to do anything else. But they're fighting, so I will, before bonus action, to inspire Yop, and then my 2 guys will attack. Oh yeah, and since their last command was to help, I think at least one of them would go back to help the other guy now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an auto. Okay. Oh shit! Good job, guys. All right, 10 and 12, but bludgeoning.
Yeah. Surprisingly, these magical objects are incapable of magical bludgeoning damage.
Especially when they're hitting with themselves.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like hitting something with a magic wand. The wand is magical, but like you're just bashing it with a stick. All right, Zashel.
Zashel can see what's left of that one. Watched Krellick drop that one. Sorry, Noel, I gotta crowd you a bit. Runs across. Lucky, why are you still standing in front of the door? Cannot see the other one. Krellick, is there still one out there? And
Krellick can't hear you.
Yeah, I am only partially aware of the silence because I've already lost track of it. I can't see the thing that is still here, so I will, at this point, just as an action, I will go ahead and use the spell refueling ring to give myself a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. I will not use bonus action.
Oh shit, I never took my...
Lauren.
Okay. Lauren will, I guess, move closer. Kind of peek outside. And I think I will dodge because I vaguely know there's something here, but I don't know where, so I can't really attack it.
Okay.
Oh, I'll yell back at Zashel. They both look like they're dead.
That being the case, you shouting that Lucky will drop her concentration. And it is Null's turn.
Oh yeah, I should drop my concentration too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything other than a bunch of people surrounding a thing I can't see. So I look around the corner, scope, and then just walk. Excuse me. Slide past Satchel. That's my turn. Keep him bless up though.
Okay.
I'm useful.
Lucky's gonna just get over here. Oh. Get the snake. Alright. Krellick?
I will. I will. I can start to hear like some stuff again, and the goop is recessing from whence it came.
Yep.
Looking around, is the sun fully down?
It is dark.
Okay. I'll take a moment to like kind of sniff the air, like turn my head to the side, kind of try to listen a bit. I want to see if I can hear like sounds of other things approaching.
Make me a perception check.
You got it. Okay. 22. Nice.
Do you have dark vision?
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay. Then smell provides nothing, sound provides nothing. These are senses you more heavily rely on, which makes the fact that you do see things coming much more frightening. You do not hear them, you do not smell them, but from the ocean, there are figures that are emerging.
Ooh, okay. I will. I'm gonna take a few steps. Looking at the material that's here by this door, does it look like it could be, if someone could do it, that like we could kind of maybe crisscross some boards or make some kind of barriers of some kind?
Yeah, but it would not be nearly as good as if you had done this so long ago.
Right. Obviously, yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just come. I'll come back in the room and start like. I'll come over to Vic. He knows construction. And I'll start like picking up. I'll begin to try to pick up some of the boards and say, "We gotta lock this thing up right quick. Day's coming," and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Yup.
What's my ghosty friend looking like?
That's hard to tell. He's a ghost.
All right. Well, I see a bunch of my friends gathering in the room, but not really knowing what to do. So, Yop takes her warhammer and bangs it on the backside of her shield, and all these little particles fly off of it, going forward, that are glowing ever so slightly.
That is a 17. That is a failure. All right. He is seen.
Right, and it probably hits that friend too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, real quick. Just that one?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Bonus action?
No, I'll just sort of point with my warhammer and sort of look back over my shoulder and shrug a little bit.
Once he becomes outlined, does that qualify? Oh wait, I didn't hold an action. Never mind. Just keep going.
Yep. They're dead. All right. This guy. Let's see. We're going to attack. We are no longer at advantage. Damn it! We're attacking y'all. Huh?
You are against my guy. He's lit up right now.
That's fair, but I'm not. This thing is intelligent.
Fair enough.
And misses with a 13 for the first attack and a 20. How's a 21 hit Yop?
Shield.
All right. Vicaris?
Yeah, excuse me, whoops. Seeing our new spirit friend come up, he's going to yell an obscenity in Sylvan. And then, so we're like we have something going on right now. And then I will firebolt him. 14 hit?
Yes.
Oh whale.
Actually, no. Apparently, it does not. Jesus, I
Hell
thought this
yeah.
one had a higher AC.
Oh, fuck yeah. For 11 fire damage.
Okay.
And then they are going to hit. And they're both at advantage. Correct. Medium. Ooh.
Both hit?
Yep. And then finally, I don't know what they can do, but as a bonus action, I will tell the tiny objects to do what they can to help barricade the door.
It's a valiant effort by the broken teacups and plates.
I want to say, like, all four of them work together to lift up a wood.
A few of them scatter themselves, and impale themselves into the dirt, sharp sides up, and just prepare to stab the feet of anything that comes in.
I love that so much better. Cool, that's my turn.
Zashel.
I will cast Sacred Flame on the one. On the... Not on Glowing Bishop.
That's a failure.
Ooh.
Major Radiant.
Okay.
Good luck, no.
Lauren, seeing the wonderful job that Vicaris's animated object has done, will cast this outside the door and yell at people to maybe don't go outside. It's really spiky out there. Just let them, slowly come in, and that's my turn.
Okay. Noel.
Yeah, poke my head around the corner to look again. How far away? Asking probably Krellick.
Vicar's gonna shake his, raise his shoulders and an I don't know and be like, don't you have the dead vision? What do your dead eyes see?
I just back around the corner without a word.
Oh, it's
That's my turn.
Okay. And then...
Gonna have fight round 2 pretty quick here.
Krellick, what you doing?
Okay. I don't have carpentry tools.
Correct.
So I couldn't really do much about that. Okay, you know what? Could I make use of these +2 bolts and use them as spikes into the wall, through some of this wood to get it held?
It'll take more than an action, but yes.
Yeah, I don't really have I could kill this ghost, but I think Yop's taking care of that. I think she's really got that taken care of.
Should have bought that immovable rod.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll drop the board I'm carrying and just say, "All right, Vic, looks like you got it." And 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there still bits of this table in this room here?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of it still there? I don't know, if any of it was used for anything.
It's a very large table.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Does it look like it could cover this? I don't know how large this.
You can barricade with this. You can barricade with what is left of this table. It'll just take the turns it'll take to haul it to the door.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Okay. That's not that. 30, 35, 40. Okay, I'll use an action to dash to get to this. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. And yeah.
All right, I'm going to take 2 swings at my newly glowing friend.
Okay. Okay, both of those will hit.
Well, I've got advantage, so let me...
Well, that's actually... How do you want to do this?
Okay. I just want to smash this thing into the back wall.
Okay. This specter is bludgeoned. You hear the cracks as your warhammer hits the wall through it repeatedly, and then it falters and melts away and is gone with a whispering call on the wind.
What does it whisper?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you lousy kids. Yeah, that's it for yacht.
Okay.
Since we're out, apparently, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to maintain the concentration and tell these guys to go out there. They are going to take whatever 10 feet of movement in there costs. And I lost my ability to control that guy because I went too far. And then... Oh, I wanted them to go up one more.
Don't they...
If they go into the spike growth, they will take piercing
Don't
damage.
don't they fly?
These ones, I don't believe.
Well, like if it doesn't, if the object doesn't have a way to right, it flies.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna fly. Can I go up one more? Because I have once a day move Earth, and within that, I would like to create pillars in front of the door.
Okay.
Effectively, barricading at least the front entrance, and then turn around and say, "It's only gonna hold him for so long. We need to find somewhere else."
There's still the murder room. If we break the stairs, they may not be able to climb. But I was thinking an army of walking zombies or something, not whatever those things were out there.
Oh, I think you'll get your wish.
It's not my wish, just my expectation.
How many did you see?
Did I have any kind of gauge of number, Max?
No.
Just lots of shapes in the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot. Look. It's a shit ton. I'll look at Noel and say, "Hey, grab the other half of this table," and I'll begin dragging my end through the door frame.
Yeah.
Yop will bend down while this is going on and use her last spell slot to bring Betty back.
So we're going to the kill room then? Or, sorry. Are we going to the kill room?
We want to take a vote? Otherwise, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Do we want to use this table on the front door?
Hold on.
or
If we're going to do a vote, let's do an official vote. And
okay.
like a
we
meeting.
don't have to. We all said yes.
We're good. We can just go.
We just.
No, but we need
Lauren
it
is
needs
just.
to be official.
I appreciate
Lauren gives a thumbs up as she starts
Okay,
going
we
up.
officially vote. Everybody, yay or nay.
Zashel pulls out the voting pack, assigns a voting label to each of them, and since they have all left, casts all their votes. That is one of my decisionist powers. I can do that.
I hope you voted yes for all of us.
Noel looks over his shoulder and just says duly noted.
And as everybody is is busy doing all the prep with the door and all of that, and Zashel sits down and kicks out the vote, I will then, since people can still hear me, presumably, I am going to use my inspired decision ability. It requires an official vote, which is why Zashel sat down and voted.
God bless.
Please tell me what this does while I'm setting other stuff up.
Okay, I passed the persuasion check. Starting whenever a serious franchise vote is taken and the result goes the way I voted, which it did because I voted and only me, you can inspire the rest of the franchise team with a brief speech. Make a DC 15 persuasion check. On a success, each franchise member of your choice who can hear you gains advantage on the next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw they make in the next hour. Once I use this feature, I can't use it again until I finish a long rest.
Amazing.
Everyone listen to me, goddammit!
No, we are having a vote. Fine, I'm voting for all of you.
You're all inspired now, motherfuckers.
I hand a piece of paper to Lucky, who's the only person that hasn't walked away, it seems.
I really hope that these zombies aren't attracted to noise and Zashel's really loud yelling. Okay.
Well, as you are all making your way upstairs...
This is while the door is being dragged and all that, because we still have to destroy the stairs.
Real quick, too, move is concentration, so my objects are gone and not fighting for us.
Okay, that's fine. While you are all making your way upstairs, a few of you who are closer get there first. Well, Yop's not that. The Yop's clear back here still. Okay. Lucky looks towards the door where the battlements are. Sees that they are very much open, and loudly proclaims, "They can climb!" And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Ooh,
I can
good one.
see something just barely from where I am. You don't want to see it. It looks bad. Looks real bad.